Good afternoon, this is Bob Trade Genius, the 15th of May. And what a very interesting day today. So, last night they used the OPEC news, which is really fake and old news, to really push oil up pretty hard. And if you remember from my video this weekend, I expected a little bit more strength in oil before it rolls back over. And I just didn't expect it all in one night. But that makes it easy. So, I'll talk about oil in a second. And then they went ahead, they jammed the yen at the same time to lift the stock market up. This week is OPEX week. It's typically a bullish week, and so I'm not surprised they pushed it, but it's all the yen. So this start getting yourself comfortable looking at FXY and the USD/JPY, because that's telling you everything, because that's the only buyer really of the market. And so I'm going to go from high to low on the volume, tell you what we did. So today they pushed it right back up to just barely to new highs again. But if you look at the market for the last month, it's gone up like 0.5% or 1%, nothing. And like I said, it's taking tremendous amounts of leverage to try to lift this market higher. And so you got the SPY here at 240.17. We sold the 242, 244 for Friday credit spread. It's going to have a really hard time pushing up much higher than that. There's just nobody in the market short. I think everybody has just learned right now that these algos are just squeezing everything into zero. You're an idiot if you try to get too leveraged short. And so they don't have the big push now. So now all they can really do is try to buy all the weakness. And underneath the market is not strong at all. So it's not going to take much once this thing rolls over for SPY to follow. And here's what they lifted today. They lifted the financials. It gapped down on Friday. And they're pushing it up. And they lifted it back up over the 100-day moving average again, and just back in a range. So that's kind of where the strength was. The mantra is that the economy's doing great, earnings are doing great, so financial should get a lift, but it's just not. It's just the end. So this is just noise, and it's already getting overbought again here pretty soon. Be rolling over again. I just ignore it. VXX, they pushed it down 2%. Big surprise. I have a UVXY butterfly on for Friday. I'm looking for some weakness. Very, very small investment in cost for a potential 8-to-1 return on the investment if we get a pop in volatility. Last week the trade worked out pretty well. We got 100% return. So far, this trade is down, but this is what I'm looking at right here, and so probably tomorrow we won't get it. They'll probably try to lift the market again tomorrow, quote unquote turnaround Tuesday, and then Wednesday, Thursday, I think it's going to be a little bit problematic for the market. GDX. So I'm not surprised they tried to sell it down after the open because it pushed that over its 100-day moving average and over VWAP. Now it's back to VWAP. It's starting to get a little bit overbought here though, but money flows turn back around again. This can get embedded, and that's what we're looking for. So I don't look for this so much unless it starts to roll over as a negative. I'm watching this now. So when this pushes back up, I want to see where we are when the blue crosses back down to red again to see if it's something worth trading. See here, it sold off on Friday, but we ignored it because the trend is up, and so we're still in that mode. And I rolled down my dust puts from 29 to 28 at the open, took more profit off, and it's for Friday. I'm going to wait till Wednesday, and I'll roll it out again a week. But my trade right now is just all profit from this point. I took off all my investment as I rolled it down from 38. So my goal is still 23, 24 for dust over the next couple weeks. IWM, They popped it, drifted down. This is the small cap. This is where we're gonna spend our time looking to short. And now I'm just watching here to see if we have a trend change or if it's just a kiss and down. I'm watching the money flow here. But I have TWM. Like I said, I'll add more at 21.50 if we get it, and I'll sell it if it gets to 22.50. But right now it's kind of in stasis. And tomorrow, if we get any lift on IWM, I'll sell credit spreads against it. It's been a great trade, as you can see here, is that whenever it gets overbought, it's just free money to short it with credit spreads. We got Apple. Apple finally gave us a sell signal here, so we'll just see if they hold it up or if they nailed it. If we nailed the top on this thing, we have the divergence and a divergence, and now it was down today even with all the pushing. So if you want to take a shot, you can. And for me personally, I'd like to see the trend to die. It's going to probably take a couple days because it looks back. But I think this is a trade down to the 148, 150 on the short-term basis. Okay, we talked vol, talked nugget. People ask me when should I buy nugget again. I'm going to look to see what they do tomorrow. If they push it down tomorrow, then I'll probably recommend nugget again for a buy for the rest of the week. XLE. I recommended drip on Friday, 1842, and then the second buy was supposed to be at 1750, but the market opened way below that. So when we bought our second half at the open, 1690-ish area, and this is an important point. See, any more of this market is that if you just hit stops, you're just going to get blown out. So now you have to scale because all it's doing is it's just rotating in ranges. And so this was a good example of, especially with ultras, if you want to trade the ultras, you got to scale in and you got to scale out. Setting stops is just losing money. Trust me, earlier this year, I was setting stops trying to be a good citizen, and all you're doing, we're taking them and reversing on me. So I said, enough of that. We're going to go ahead and we're gonna just scale in and scale out. So now that we're in, got a nice pop on drip. XLE and ERX, I think, are going to roll over. We're going to watch oil tonight, tomorrow. If oil goes back below 48.50, 48 area, then these trades are going to be money because that means that this whole move they try to do in oil is going to fail. We bought UCO puts, 17s for next Friday. I think the move in oil is done. They couldn't sustain it. And so now we'll just watch the rest of the week. I think it was just a huge short covering rally for people to get out or get positioned for, options expiration for the markets. And it sold all day. And it was just amazing. And just so you know, too, is I've been talking about the day trading money machine thing. It nailed it again. So we shorted the oil at the open on a signal. And it gave a little bit of a bounce signal. And then it was dead for lunch. We called out a short for the end of the day and dropped another 30 cents. The potential today was $700-800. I walked away with $300 in profit. I had two really good trades, two really good trades, one good trade, and then one bonehead trade because I violated my own rules and I tried to counter trend trade. So I should take my own course sometimes. Sometimes you get greedy, so you're your own worst enemy, but 3 out of 4 trades, still net 300 for the day. I'm pretty stoked. And it's just been every day we're making money on this thing. So I encourage you to check it out. And if you actually follow my rules, you'll make even more money. Laugh out loud. But anyway, we're short here. I'm looking for oil to roll back down. And like I said, with these ultras, you want to short them. You don't want to go long them if you can avoid it. But I'm looking for UCO back in the 15s and the 16s here. With oil going back down into the low 40s. XLK, this is the little manipulation that could. They just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. And this is one of the reasons why the market was up today. But, it's not worth us trading. I mean, 53 to 55 over 2 months is nothing there. It's just really more of a optics for me. and just watching them just grinding the PE multiples on technology through the moon in a market, in an environment where GDP is 0%. SLV, we're in SLV, and we set a stop at 1560. All the miners were in. I got out of them all nice profit. We'll reload again, but I think the move in silver, now what we have to do, it's going to just fight its way to here, get sold off, it's going to fight its way to here, it's going to sell off, and then it's going to blossom. And I'm looking for silver to take off here over the next 4 to 6 weeks, but it's going to be good trades all the way through. Dust, we're in dust. I talked about that. I'm looking for dust just to keep falling. Real estate, I'll talk about when it becomes interesting. So we missed a gap down on natural gas. I said I knew it was going to be a good short, but they pushed it down overnight. Nothing you can do. Just wasn't worth trading it today. So now I'm going to watch to see. I'd love for it to try to gap fill and fail, and that's when we'll go in short on UNG. XIV, it's just an amazing machine. It's like the seventh wonder of the world. One of these days it's just going to spectacularly blow up, but until it does, it just keeps making money. I just have a hard time when it gaps up on me in the morning. I don't want to chase it because I don't want to buy and have it really sell off on me. So, I'm literally going to wait until this thing reloads. Now, if I miss profit, I miss profit. C'est la vie. But I want it to get oversold for me to be comfortable trading this thing. And trust me, I love trading this thing. I just don't want to, especially with people following me now. I just don't want to be reckless and have this thing really blow up on us. And because sometimes people don't get out when you tell them to stop, so you kind of get the slope of hope in you there. Oh, it'll come back tomorrow, and that's when you really lose money. So I rather for it to get oversold, then boom, we'll get it on the rebound here. If we got to wait 4 to 6 months, so be it. But this thing will blow up. Gold. MOS, hey, gave a little sign of life today. If you're bold, you could probably buy it. And hold on a second here, got myself locked up. You can buy it instead of stop at the recent low. This could be washed out. If I buy it, I'll just tell people, give a warning flag on it, because we took a bit of a beating on this one, and I'm not sure, if we're out of the woods yet. I may just wait for this thing to actually start trending again. But make no mistake, as ag goes, the chems will follow because they have to put chemicals on these fields. It's just too wet and too cold this year. And Russia's having a heck of a time. So Russia was the bumper crop last year. And so now, and America is a little bit behind us. And then I saw today that northeastern China has drought. So things are setting up for at least to take some of the excess out of the grain markets. We'll just see if anybody else steps up this year, or if we can start getting some motion in the grains. Gold is slowly grinding up here, and it looks like GLD might be maybe tonight, tomorrow, maybe throw some gold calls on for GLD, but it's sneaking up there very, very nicely. I recommend people get out at 880. It went above it and hit it. I wasn't in it. It was just a recommendation. I think that's good profit right now. I think we're going to get a bit of a rollover. Small chance to get back in. SLW, we bought this 1970, and we were out, got a 21. Looks like it might push up a little bit higher. I may recommend buying it again. Nice thing about SLW is if the interest rates are falling and silver's rising, SLW is a marriage of the two, and you would get a really nice lift. Amazon stock flat today. ERX, we talked about that, and I'm not recommending going long, drip for people that like to short ultras like I do. But ERX I'm going to take a put position in ERX here, so probably next day or two. Okay, we got XBI. It looks like it's about ready to roll over. Might be an interesting trade. They use this to lift the market on some days, especially when the SPY is down. It's over its 100. It's over its VWAP. So it looks like it might just try to go test that. I'm going to stay away until it fails a move up to the 100-day moving average when the market really starts to sell. And then you'll see biotech just collapse. Oil, talked about oil. I think that was an overthrow today. I think the OPEC people are bluffing. There's no demand. Economic growth is flat. We're well washed with oil, and I'm looking for oil to come back down again. Let's see if there's anything else of interest. We talked about all these. Dollar sold down today. That's interesting. Here's the drip trade we talked about. DBA pushed up, but they sold it down during the day. It's just interesting that they're always selling the ags during the day. You know, I just think it's, you know, if you put your tinfoil hat on for a second, I think it's they know that if food prices and oil prices really get out of hand, they can't keep devaluing their currencies against the dollar. Excuse me. And I think that becomes a problem. So they just keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And a couple things happen. You know, with food, they'll take food out of production, and that'll raise the price. They can't control that. And then oil, you know, I think it'll cause other countries great grief. And so Japan is sitting in a catbird seat right now, but I think people will start gunning for their currencies pretty hard and start shorting theirs to buy the yen if oil starts getting too messed up. And then I think we'll have a really interesting Forex battle on our hands. Wheat pushed it down. Talked about nat gas. SLJ, we had a nice trade there in at 1168, out at 1270. We'll look to re-enter it again. I'll wait for money flow to roll up. Just watching to see what happens with the intermediate trend. And for me, an intermediate trend is like 1 to 2 weeks. There's coffee, JJG, corn. See, whenever they lift the market or short the yen, notice the ags get pushed down. It's interesting to me. And let's see here. Here's the yen. They pushed it down 0.4%. I mean, that is amazing. These currencies trade like Canadian mining stocks. There's nat gas leverage. Here's sugar. They sold it down all day. Still positive though. Here's the VIX. They pushed the VIX down 1% today. And I think we're just about done. Let's see what the this is interesting here. This is the 10-year note. Flat 2.33%. I think when things roll over, we'll see the 10-year at 2%. There's VVIX. They just try to make the calm market all day. And then we're back to SPY. So anyways, Bob from Trade Genius. I tried to do it over the weekend, but for whatever reason it wouldn't render for me. I want to show you some of these future trades and then superimpose my my trades that I took from the brokerage house, so you can see when the signal hit and where I got the trade and where I got out. So I'll try to do that tonight if I get some time, but I'll definitely do it sometime this week. So I've been capturing so I can go ahead and show you, but so far I've not had a down day trading this signal, and I think you know, you can check the comment area too. A lot of people that are trading this are doing pretty well, and they're taking it and trading other things besides futures.